guys, I'm 34 and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So in last episode we finished the investigation for the murder of Taka and Ifumi, and today we start the crash trial. So let's get started.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
True, but it doesn't mean it was Hiro who done it.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Well, he's right on that side, so we're talking about a serial killer here, so it doesn't make sense that it's the argument.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
For Hiro, he doesn't know what to do. Is he really the killer, or before anything else we have to make that clearer? That's right.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the footprints, the handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's wedding is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the...
No, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
So it doesn't mean it was Hiro who wrote both the note and the blueprints. Otherwise, we could recognize it from his handwriting.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Well, yeah, so it's in this, but he is kinda dumb, so I doubt he will do such a thing.
So Makoto, think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Huh. Since the fact that for once he agreed that someone here he doesn't, is not the culprit, knowing him.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passed it off to me. Well, that of course I do.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. The Illuminati? What the heck? Just want to see what he will say. That's right, they are working behind the scene to try and send me up. Those dudes are super crazy, for serious. Okay, Hiro.
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. True, but I just want to see this. Is that really true? Maybe I should think about this again. Alright, now let's just pick the right answer, and it's Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hiro didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption! And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Well, of course I have a reason for saying this.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
Well, all that is kinda right.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I'm not surprised to ask Makoto to do it, like he always do, because probably you don't know too how to do it. The young were used to move Taka's body. They must have been. Well, obviously it was that thing we saw in the place, the blue trap.
I got it!
There is still one more thing. True, there is another thing that moves Taka's body, and that is the repository dolly.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude? I'm pretty sure I just back here.
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Yeah, I remember that too. That I was there when we found Taka's body the first time.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
No, because I noticed you was there, so you can fool me, Celeste.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
You little bitch.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I have heard that anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Well then, let's do this against Celeste this time.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool. Do your worst! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree!
Take that,
This
bitch!
should prove it. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Yeah, but she
Nah, that's Celeste, so don't worry about it, Makoto.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then... what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Well, let's just find it out.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
That's alright, Hiro, don't you worry about it. The dolly doesn't have any handles, so to push you have to be able to bend over. I suppose that is true. But would anyone on reading the suit ever been able to actually stop a dino like that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
And from there,
Yeah, then loaded it on.
no, keep in mind.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to...
No, it's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can bend the waist. Seems like a very obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yep, so impossible it was Hiro wearing the suit who could done it.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible! Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was thick enough just to move the body, because this costume you can take it off for yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't take it off. A little help? Maybe we'll just make sense that you can take it off for yourself. I didn't make it a stupid freaking thing. There's a cleft on the back that keep you from taking off. It's pretty stupid. I don't think you can get off on your own. You don't really choose the second.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Exactly. So it's impossible that whoever put the costume on their own, it's impossible that they could put it on or off by themselves.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?